right, let's get it cracking.
That I know it's wrong is what makes my punishment that 10x. That's what makes it 10 times worse because he's like, well, nigga, you knew better. I told you. We had this discussion. Fuck, I told you, nigga. We had a whole discussion about it. I done told you more than once about doing this shit. Or what that means, or what this does, or what, you know what I'm saying? You know it's wrong. So what do you think I'm gonna do if that's not what I told you to do? And we already had that conversation about when God tells you to do something. He'll flip all this shit over. The fuck is you saying? Yeah, you was rich. Yeah, you was happily married. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you had loved ones, nigga. Well, what the fuck I tell you? Oh, and you what? You ain't do it? Oh, okay. Well, I got something for that. Yeah. I think that's where they get the father part, because he's like hard, tough love. But don't get it twisted. He definitely, or the Supreme definitely has the maternal instinct or the maternal attributes to where it's like, my baby. You know what I'm saying?
My baby.
Oh, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of you and shit.
You fall, he put a band-aid on. So you gonna be alright?
In both ways. That's why you can't say it's a he or a she.
You?
You gotta say it's both. And how do you do that?
And them is just attributes.
Don't sound right, right?
So like, of course you have to be both. Like as far as like the mother God and the father God, but in flesh, like, I mean, I guess he everything. So I guess in a way, yes, but in his ultimate, I mean his non-physical self is an energy. It's a frequency, that you tap into. So you can't say, oh, a radio channel, you know what I'm saying, has a gender. Does that make sense? Yeah, we'll get into that later, but let me just hurry up with this.
So that's why you don't. You just say the supreme, non-physical, the universe, all that is, because it is. It's all that is. Non-physical. It doesn't have a physical vessel. It can manifest itself with, it manifests itself in you. But that's not a flesh vessel. That's in you. That's like,
and as you.
That's like your chakras. You know what I'm saying? Your light body.
Right, you can't grab a chakra.
So why call it a he or a she if it's light? That's like calling the sun a he. It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, calling God a he is like calling the sun a he.
But yeah.
It makes no sense. That's funny.
I'm going to try to start, doing my thing. Because obviously, God told me to. And nothing is going to work out for me if I don't. Because I didn't seem to happen over and over and over and over and over and over again. Because I've been knew I was supposed to do this. I've been knew I was supposed to make music. I've been knew I was supposed to, I don't know how much I really feel about writing books per se. Because I'm not really like a storyteller. I mean, I have a deep story, but I don't know if I'm like Harry Potter, you know what I mean? Like a good read or nothing, or like anime and shit. Like, I think I'm funny, but I don't necessarily think I'm that kind of field when it comes to what I'm supposed to do. I think it's more like, I guess I could take what I learned and then turn it into an anime. Because they be putting some game in they shit.
Man, do they?
That's what it's all about.
Medicine
The
and
Wicked puts wicked shit in they content, they media.
Oh, yeah, how that go?
And we put righteousness, and we put good messages that, we plant that seed. Or it's like, you're not alone. You know what I'm saying? You say some deep shit that hits your soul, hits home, and then it's like, well, damn. I wish I had somebody in my life that said that, to me. I'm getting it from this animated film, and it's just like, you just never know who needs you, and you never know what your craft can do, because everybody learns different. Like, what if you did say that to somebody in person, but they couldn't hear you, but then they watch an anime with the same message, and they see it visually through their favorite character that they resonate with, and it's just like, oh, well, now I get the message because now I'm seeing it in a way that I can digest. Makes sense, regardless. The whole point is, did you get it? Did you pick up what I'm laying down? We all walking each other home. We all just kids here.
To the Father. Absolutely.
The whole point is we all walking each other home. We ain't supposed to be, well, never mind.
Anime out here saving niggas.
Never mind about the we ain't supposed to be. But we all just walking each other home. So that means, because I was going to say, fuck it. Yeah. What I am going to say now is, even the bad people in your life, or the ones you perceive as bad, is still walking you home because they're teaching you how to get there by telling you or doing you a certain way or telling you a certain way and what not to do or doing you wrong. And then you get more shifted because when you hurt, then you want to listen. Then you because God wants you to feel him, not just hear him, but feel him. So it's like, that's where the light enters the womb. The light enters the womb. Enlightenment. Enlighten. So it's like he wants every cell in your body to scream for his help. Or for him to, do his thing or be present and whatnot. Like, that's why you get all of that shit out the way. Detach from everything. So then it's a clear signal. So then when you ask for shit, he don't send you the wrong shit because he can't hear you right. Because you got to hear him right and he got to hear you right. So really it's just about clearing up that channel to make it as clear as possible so you get that full feed. 5G, no, let me stop playing. But you get that high-speed internet, you know what I'm saying? You get that full-on effect. You like, well, I'm tuned in, tapped in, turned on, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I am that I am. Fuck, ain't nothing else to say. I'm him. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever they be saying. But yeah. Definitely gotta start at least making these little recordings so that way it'll be something I could either turn into a book or into music.
Transcribe.
And I'm also giving y'all the game too, because if I do put this out or it somehow gets to somebody, if whatever happens, not going to speak that into existence, then it'll be like, it'll still be game on what you could possibly do. Because that's another thing. We be saying like all this stuff about where we lack, but we don't say what the solutions is. So we need emotional outlets. As men. We'll start with men because I can't speak for a woman because I'm not a woman. But we need emotional outlets. We need not more sports. Let's put it that way. I was saying that earlier in group, like fucking first thing they see when they see you, you playing on a team? Nah. Well, I think you would be good on the track team. How about you come meet? No, nigga. I'm about to go smoke. Fuck is you talking about? And that's used to be my process of thinking back then. That's just...
So I didn't say it. I was talking about like school, middle, high school, whatever, right? They always ask me, "You on a team? You want to get on the team?" And I'm like, "No, I'm about to go smoke." And it's like, why do you think they call it after school programs, electives, and shit like that, or just the program part is I'm getting at. So it's under the guise of keeping kids out the streets or out of trouble. But really, it's a program to program you to function as the system would like. You know? So I used to want to go to the gym after school, but they said no, if you're not on the team, then you can't use the gym. I'm like, what kind of fuck shit is that? I gotta be one of yo head ass niggas just to fucking use the gym? Like, you gotta be shitting me. You should advocate for me to become healthy and to build myself up, right? But no, they wasn't going for none of that. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, fuck all that. I'll figure it out myself. And I just never been a follow me. I ain't never been one of the niggas that's like, something didn't sit right with me. I'm like, no. I always felt weird about the school shit. School in general. It just didn't feel like natural. It didn't feel like me. It didn't feel like, it felt forced. It felt like, Career Center was a little different though. Career Center, they had real food. They had real classes. Like, they give you actual, like I did, I know I'm going way off the topic, but, a little bit about me, I guess. They had real cameras, video cameras, teaching you how to really edit the shit. They had a whole fucking studio with a newscast set up shit, the whole shit in the back, the studio with all the buttons and shit. Motherfucking went to, what was the next class I did? Cause like when I went there in the summer, they showed you a little bit of everything. So I seen the photography place, the auto collision place, the videography place, the radio broadcasting place, everything, right? But the only two that I took was video broadcasting and motorsports and repair. When I took motorsports and repair, I was thinking more so. I think they said I couldn't get into the auto collision room, where they be working on cars and shit, because they had too many people. So I just did the next best thing, I guess. And I'll go over there, motorsports repair. They welding and shit and building motherfucking and taking apart engines and whatnot, right? Yeah. So yeah. Then I started learning about the welding and shit. But the point I'm getting at is, this should be the shit that you actually learn in school. Cause like if I did the shit I did in Career Center in actual school, and then just do that, like the shit I did in school in there, or along with those activities, or those subjects, or those whatever you call them, I would have definitely had no problem with going to school, because it's like, one, they give you decent food, a budget, like, they give us what, $5? It's like, it was like $1 for a bag of chips back then. You know what I'm saying? I know it's like they give you and you still get to get as much food as you wanted. So they fed you good, gave you little purse like snacks and shit on the house, had real motherfucking classes that taught you something that you might actually use in life. You know what I'm saying? And that you actually really want to do and want to know. And it's like you get to leave school to go there. Because you already, that motherfucker's designed like a prison. You know what I'm saying? We already went over that though. The hospitals, the jails, the schools, it all looks the same, right? Yeah, we'll get into that later. But just had to say that, damn, I didn't lost track of what was I talking about?
This shit. I was just like, nope, I'm good. I don't want no parts of nothing that.
Yeah. So whenever the point I was getting at was the programming part. So the programming it's under the guise that they're trying to help you stay out of trouble. But really, maybe it helps the NPCs. I have no idea. But for people like me, you got to bring something that I actually am interested in. I never was a fit-in ass nigga. I don't care if there was something that was off about you. I didn't stick around long enough to find out. And it was just like, yes, I was still in my brainwash phase, so I was oblivious to. I just started waking up to certain things that this has been going on my whole life. So I know I was oblivious to even more back then. But that's nor here nor there. The point I'm getting at is, I was around the wrong people, but it wasn't like a lot. It wasn't like I was a super duper fit in ass nigga. I was just enough to be like, I know that bitch don't really like me, but I'm gonna keep hanging with her because I just like being around women. I know this nigga is on some, he don't probably really fuck with me, but you know what I'm saying? I like to give people the benefit of the doubt because who knows? I might be wrong. But I found out real quick I should have trusted my gut. But that's another story. So, but yeah, usually when they try to get you in a program, it's for a reason. It's a program. It's like a computer. You're a supercomputer. What the fuck are they trying to program you with? Is the question. And if you don't want your computer to have viruses or malfunction and start slowing up and turning off on you without you know what I'm saying, doing weird shit, yeah, you probably better be careful of what you partake in, what you absorbing on every single level. And that's why it's warfare on every single level. But they want to distract you with so much shit so you forget that, or you just never knew, or you can't see it.
Everybody else is doing. Like, I get everybody else used to smoke, but not everybody's me, and everybody gets how I think, or I don't even see the value in it. I just didn't. It's just like, I can see it now, whereas might have found some physically, well, nah, because school niggas is school niggas. I don't care what it is. I can't really sit here and, I mean, my closest friend is about the only thing, but it'll just, it's just like, school niggas is school niggas. I mean, I would say you might meet somebody networking, whoopty-woo, you get it, might meet an actual friend, possibly, but I feel like you meet the people you're supposed to meet doing the things you're supposed to be doing. And that's not what I was supposed to be doing. I didn't need to be keeping up with the Joneses, trying to have the newest J's or be on a star team or nothing like that. Like, no, I needed to be doing what I did to figure myself out so I can do what I'm about to do now. And would that have helped me?
Boy, was that
maybe
a journey.
Physically, and socially, but as far as doing the inner work, no. Because you can distract yourself with shit that's healthy too. So say you're a gym freak or rat or whatever they say, right? The whole time you thinking, I'm healthy, I'm good, and you just keep going to the gym. You're not doing no type of inner work, self-reflection, none of that. But yet you think you just, got it all together because you got a place and a business or whatever, but you not doing the inner work. I don't give a fuck how much money you make. Nigga, if you can't say something to feed people's souls and activate them and turn them up and light they fire, then you really didn't have much.
If it's the same analogy as you're a bodybuilder, you got all this muscle, but you got heart failure. It don't matter how big your muscles is if you're unhealthy. That's the analogy of what I was to refer to what I was just saying. Pretty much, even if you got 8 businesses and you're a fucking billionaire, but you have no soul, you didn't take care of yourself, you don't take care of other people, you don't pour into people, you don't pour into yourself, you don't actually serve God, or you know what I mean, it's all for nothing, because you'll never be fulfilled without the most vital key components. So yeah,
to offer, because it's like, what exactly is important in the world? Like, I get having the basics, the necessities, what's the word I'm looking for? What they call it, essentials, shelter, food, transportation, whatever. But, what I'm saying, like, to teach somebody something that saved their life or open doors for them or whatever is more valuable and holds way more weight. It's like it is invaluable. It's what money can't buy. It's what, you know what I'm saying, being socially accepted can't do for you. Because me, I was never really about social acceptance. I just went with whatever felt right. I've always kind of just went with my gut. I mean, I definitely had my times where I ignored my gut or whatever, or I just was being, you know, young and dumb and oblivious because I was young and dumb and oblivious and programmed and whatnot to the self-sabotage or whatever. But, and then part of it is because we're human and we're flawed, so I'm not completely putting it on the system, but I am at the same time. So, but yeah, I just went with it. I just did whatever I thought was what I wanted to do. And then it ended up leading me to a whole lot of bullshit. The bullshit ended up leading me to self. And then back to some more bullshit. And then now back to self, which is that part which I've always known that I wanted to, like, help people by teaching them what I know, because obviously you don't really hear that many people talking like me, and everybody has a gift or whatever, and I feel like the more you run away from your pain and shit like that, the more you run away from your gift. The more you run away from your gift and your pain, the more you run away from God. The more you run away from God, the more He gonna flip all this shit over. If you keep acting like you ain't hear what the fuck He said. That's just how it is. Every single time, without fail, He flipped all this shit over. Man, I would have never went to jail had I just stayed the fuck out the way. If I knew anything about, and that's why I said, like, okay, so, alright. So they teach us, like, literally, they put us in the wrong environments. They fuck up our communities. They broken homes, you name it, all that, right? And they put us in places where we know we're going to be exposed to certain shit, the streets, sexual exploitation, all this and that, right? So then everything is a culmination. You are what you consume with all your senses. So if you're consuming like porn or had some type of sexual encounter while at a young age, then you go and you start watching it, and then it becomes this thing where you start doing, you know, relying on pussy because you had certain experiences at a young age, and then now it's this avalanche, or I have built up all this momentum. It's like trying to stop a train the second you press the brake, and it don't work like that, you know? So, but that's part of my awakening, so let me not shun the shit that was the catalyst to me opening it up to consciousness. So, but yeah, back to what I was saying. But just, you know, had I not had all that momentum of chasing, I wouldn't say pussy, but women, love, you know what I'm saying? Mommy issues, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But let's not skip the part about all the shit I went through. It ain't just about not having parents. It's a lot of key components to that. So, but just, you know, just me, you know, experiencing the shit I did, then becoming addicted to sex because, you know, like, from the start, okay, so not my first, but my second. Pretty much all day, every day. Then you go from that to here and there. Then you go from that. Well, after that, I don't know, but the shit was like just kept getting worse and worse.
In depth.
All the shit I was doing, all the shit I was going through.